Hey, Islander fans, welcome to the Shakas Up podcast, where we go behind the scenes with your favorite Texas A&M University Corpus Christi athletes. Big thanks to Raleigh Credit Union for sponsoring our episodes this fall. Since 1955, they've been the financial go-to for South Texans, just like a reliable point guard. For more information, visit ralleycu.com/shakasup. Now let's jump in. All right, so I am so excited to welcome Paige Allen to the podcast. I got a little preview last week at the tip-off dinner. She was at our table, but so excited to get you on here and have a deeper dive into Paige, the full human, not just the basketball player. But of course, we've got to start off with the basketball questions. So, Paige, what are you most looking forward to this year?
I'm just looking forward to competing, going in. This is my senior season. Going out there and just playing the way that we know how to play and starting off from where we ended last year and adding on to that.
Beautiful. I agree. I think as fans, last year was a huge leap forward, it felt like. And as you said, time to build on that. And your timing is perfect, I think, as a senior. So let's talk about last year. What are some of your favorite memories?
Definitely winning conference. That was a big moment for us, especially since a lot of us didn't even know if we won that final game that we would take the conference title or share it with Southeastern. And so that was a really big moment. And just getting to play with the girl. It was such a great set of girls to be with. We were very close as a team on and off the court. So we just kind of made every moment last as best we could.
So I want to talk about Wyoming for a minute. I know that was just you couldn't have had a more brutal pairing, right? Send a team from sea level to the highest court in the country, and oh, by the way, let's have bad weather and every other obstacle we can have. But I have to think that coming out of that, even though it probably wasn't the most fun you ever had, do you feel like y'all took any lessons from that or any resilience from that you bring into this year?
Yeah, I think we definitely did, battling the air and all of that. It was our first time in the WNIT, so like nobody really even expected us to make it in the first place. That taught us where if we really set our minds to it, we can accomplish things. And even though it didn't go the way we planned it to, maybe in the next year, if we are in that same situation, we can do better.
Absolutely. I love to hear that, because I do think it happens in real life, right? Where you go do something for the first time and woo, it doesn't go well. I think real life does that a lot. But often you get another swing at that bat, right? You'll see that scenario again. You get the opportunity to replay it in some form or fashion, and you're like, okay, this is going to be at least a little bit better. And then hopefully you've got enough reps to get that worked out. So if you were a freshman, and we've got a few freshmen, if you could think back, is there any advice that you would give yourself, knowing what you know now as a freshman, or that you give the freshmen that are just getting started in college ball?
Yes, I would definitely either tell myself or tell others to just go out there and be confident. I mean, we've played this game. I've played since I was 5 years old. I've played this game my whole life, and I know how to play good basketball. And I know my freshman year, I was always nervous and timid and kind of like, oh, what do they want me to do? And now I'm just like, I just got to go out there and play the way that I know how to play, pretty much. So, yeah.
I love that advice. I think we'll have to get McKenna on the podcast too. She was probably the player that we all remember, just the confidence changing in her years. But I, as a fan and as somebody that sits down by the bench, you really can see it in your body language too. I think we feel it. So it's great to hear you say that. And tough, that's probably one that's better said than easier said than done, right? And kind of goes back to that same advice of we're all gonna we're all going to struggle the first time we do anything, and just trusting that that it'll get better.
Yes.
All right, so a little bit outside of basketball. So tell us about you. What are your passions or your hobbies outside the game?
All right. So I really love animals. I'm in school right now, majoring in wildlife biology, where I would like to work with wildlife animals in the near future. Mainly, I want to go into working with elephants.
Oh,
They
very
have,
cool.
yes, I really enjoy learning about elephants, and I hope to soon work with them. I have a dog and a cat. I'm sure you can kind of hear my dog in the background whining, but I've always had like pets growing up. I had a rabbit, dogs at home. I've always had a love and passion for animals. And I also love cooking. I probably get that from my dad. We always used to cook growing up, and at home I make a different meal every weekend, and I just love to explore and try new things. So
Very cool. Okay, so two follow-up questions on that. Do you have like a signature dish that like you're the best at?
I have a few. I love making like lasagna. And like I like tacos. I kind of I like to dip and dabble between a lot
All
of
right.
different meals. Yes.
Okay, so in the world of wildlife management, in particular elephants, is there a particular reserve or somewhere that's kind of like your dream that would be kind of the pinnacle of that, or where do you go next with that?
I want to work on a conservation. I know there's quite a few in the United States now that I would like to work on. There's actually some in Texas about 3 hours away that I want to go visit and just kind of see that lifestyle. But I also wouldn't mind doing a little bit of overseas work for like a few months here and there. A big dream of mine is to go over to South Africa and do a little bit of work there as well. So
Very cool. That's exciting. I can only imagine, you got to take us along with you on those adventures on social media or what have you. Very cool. Very cool. All right. I love doing these. I find out all kinds of new stuff.
yes.
All right. So favorite movie.
I I would probably go with the movie White House Down. I like action. I like action movies or scary movies. One of the two. Any scary or action movie I'm good with.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Favorite book and favorite song.
Favorite book. I lately I noticed I read a lot more of articles and journals or online based books. Mainly anything about animals really is what I find myself doing research over or reading about. So yeah. And favorite song, anything Rod Wave. I'm on a big Rod Wave trend right now with his music. I love his new album Nostalgia. So yeah, anything of his songs.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. What else? What else should we know about you?
I also like to do a lot of crafts and art. My mom is actually a very good artist, even though she doesn't sell her work, which she should. But I think that's where I get it from. Oftentimes, I find myself either painting little pictures, like as you can probably see in the back. I
Yeah,
like to
I
paint.
love it. I love it.
I kind of make my roommates Lisi and we get involved with decorating the house like every season and doing like different types of crafts and stuff like that. So yeah, probably art would be my other hobby.
So what's your mom's medium? You mentioned painting. Is she
Yeah,
a painter?
she likes to draw. She's a very good artist when she draws. She draws like real life pictures that look like they were photos. It amazes me when I look at her work, but yeah.
Very cool. Okay, back to basketball a little bit. Do you have a favorite WNBA player or team?
I love the Aces. I
All
do. I'm
right.
glad this year. But I think my favorite player would probably be Alyssa Thomas from the Connecticut the Suns. She definitely became my favorite this year watching her throughout this past season that they just went through. So
Love it. So somebody that you kind of take ideas from, or
yeah,
yeah, of kind of how they play the position in an innovative way.
yeah, because she's like she kind of reminds me kind of me because she's not the biggest, tallest post out there, which I have been put in that post position, and I'm definitely not the tallest out there. But she takes it and runs with it and does very well. So I look up to her definitely.
Very cool. I love it. It's neat when we see people that we could take aspects of their game or maybe just the way they approach
Yes.
situations. Love it. Okay, so I know you said you just wanted to compete, but any specific goals for yourself this year of things that maybe you want to be more consistent with, or things that you want to really emphasize?
I definitely want to be more efficient at the like outside the line, like shooting threes and my jump shot. I know a lot of times my points kind of come from getting to the rim or off of free throws, but I definitely want to up my game from shooting from the floor. And just a big goal of mine, I want to make that first team all conference this year. That's a big goal. I know I made second team preseason, which I was ecstatic back. I was happy. It's first time I ever made first or second team. And I'm reaching that goal for the regular season.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so if we're looking ahead to the schedule, are there any games that you've kind of got circled either because you like the matchup, you like the location, kind of a rivalry, any that you're particularly looking forward to?
I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to going to Santa Clara. It's probably our most exciting game. Like, never been to California for the off season. But during conference play, definitely Lamar and Southeastern will be my top two. I'm ready to go play games.
So just the
Yes.
rivalry of that is
Yeah,
pretty,
definitely.
we wouldn't say heated, but there's an intensity at those
Yeah,
games for sure, right?
yeah, very much.
All right.
Yes.
So what should our fans look forward to this year? Are there any particular um, kind of lineups that you think are just really exciting and different, or just anything you think our fans can do better to support the team?
I would say that you guys can just look forward to us like getting up and down the court. This team, we have a lot of speed that we added to this team this year. A lot of people that like to just run, that can just get out and run. Just running the lanes, getting in and finishing is a big thing, especially in physicality. I know in the past years we haven't been as physical as a team, but this year we really have put an emphasis on it. And I think it'll really help us, especially in the long run. So that would be very fun to look forward to in the end. And I think you guys do great as a fan base. You guys support us all the time, and we feel the love, and we love it. So
Good deal. Well, we're going to release this episode on Saturday, so it'll be just a few days before our home opener next Tuesday. So we are on the cusp of season again. I know many of us have that marked on the calendar and already have Southland Conference, blocked off on our calendars. So. Well, we appreciate you, Paige, all that you do at the university, in our community, and just getting to know you, sharing with us. Now I'm going to be on the lookout for anything elephant related. I'm always gonna think of you. So I love that. Love the leadership you bring. I think it's grown every year, and we can tell. So thank you so much for doing this and sharing with us.
no problem.
We'll have to get you back on once we've got a few games under our belts, and we can debrief. Maybe we'll do a joint episode. You said you and your roommates. That would be a fun group. So we'll have to do some Manning style, debriefs of basketball games. I think that would be good.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you on the court soon.
Perfect. Thank you.
And that's the wrap on today's episode. Rally Credit Union has been our assist partner all season long, and they can be yours too. From savings to loans, they have the playbook for all your needs. Don't miss out. Swing by rallycu.com/shakasup to see how you can join. Until next time, Islanders, keep your game strong and your shakas up.